Hello everybody, welcome to the second video in relation to Mental Health Awareness Week, and in this video I'm going to talk about redundancy and how redundancy can affect your physical health, mental health, and a little bit about my own journey, but also some of the things I see time and time again happening with the women I work with. So in a nutshell, I'm going to just quickly tell you what happened when I went through redundancy. I literally found out about our redundancy situation at my workplace quite a while ago, actually, about 8 years ago, when we were moved from one company to another, and everyone was told, and then we went through this selection process where we had to fill in these forms, and based on our answers, our manager decided who stayed and who went. And during the time of redundancy in any organisation, in any situation, and I hear this from my clients as well, there's a lot of anxiousness, there's a lot of uncertainty, and for some people, if they've only done like that one career, that one job, for me, that was the trajectory, because, I'd only trained to be a careers advisor, there is a feeling of, oh my God, what's going to happen? What am I going to do next? Am I going to have a job? Am I going to have to look for another job? All sorts of questions come up. The other thing that really, really affects people, because everyone's personality is different, is they may feel a sense of worthlessness or rejection, or feeling like, they're depressed. I mean, during that time period, I did go through depression. I went through reactive depression and I had to go and see my GP. And I didn't see a counsellor at that time. But when I joined my new role, where I had been redeployed, I did see a psychotherapist there, and she was able to help me a little bit. I was really, really lucky. But for a lot of people, if you have been made redundant and then you start another job pretty much straight away, which is what happened to me, you don't deal with the feelings that you've had from your previous situation. It is a very, very emotionally charged experience. And then what ended up happening is this other job where I worked, the same situation was going to happen, and I left before it could go down that way, because for me, I couldn't go through that again. I couldn't go through that uncertainty. I couldn't go through that, feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to be compared to everyone else. I don't want to be in this situation. And for a lot of people, when they come to me, they say, Soma, one of the reasons it affected me is actually now I'm at a crossroads. And that's exactly what happened to me. I kept on thinking in my mind, oh, are there other possibilities for me? Oh, hang on a minute. And a lot of women who come to me, they say to me that I actually don't know what I want to do now, because this is the only thing I knew, or this is the only way I thought I could earn money. So how could I start a business? How can I go freelance? How can I build a portfolio career? How can I do what I need to do in order to be a working woman? A lot of doubt comes up. There's a lack of confidence that comes up. And I'm relating this back to mental health, because for many of the women I've spoken to who've been through redundancy, there is a dark cloud that hangs over you, and it does feel as though, is it going to happen to me again? And with some people, unfortunately, it does happen to them. They go through redundancy 2 or 3 times, maybe due to the industry they're in, maybe it's because of the fact that the organisations they work for are small and they don't have enough money, or they work for a charity or a non-profit organisation. So this is what I want to say with regards to if you are currently going through redundancy or on the verge or you're at risk, is please get some support so that you can talk to someone and get emotional support. Because if you're just looking at the practical side of things, and I understand if maybe you are a single parent watching this, or you are the only parent if you've got children, or if you're in a situation where you have to pay the rent, that, money is an urgent thing. And definitely money is urgent for all of us, because we need it to pay bills, we need it to do everything. But please make sure that you talk to somebody who is going to give you some emotional support, because when I was going through redundancy and with some of the other women I speak to, sometimes I'm the only person they can talk to. I'm laughing not like that, but I'm laughing because it is really challenging enough when you're going through this process. But if you don't have the support of friends and family to help you, if you don't have the support of someone else to help you, then you do need to go to someone impartial. I had to do it. And I'm linking this all back to Mental Health Awareness Week because I want you to think about that if you know that your job or your current career situation is, for example, moving in a direction where, sorry about the sirens, moving in a direction where you're not going to be in that industry. So, for example, when the whole financial crash happened, I know a lot of people who they had to retrain and go into new careers, and it was stressful. Yes, they might have had redundancy money, but even in some organizations, they don't have redundancy money to pay you. So how are you going to plan around that? It causes a lot of mental stress, and stress is related to mental health. Yesterday, the video that I did when I told you I had symptoms of anxiety, it was because I was stressed. And this links to the fact that if the stress isn't handled, then you're going to be not looking after your own mental well-being, especially if you've got children to look after, or if you're a carer already, or if you are, suppose, an only child and you're the only one who can actually look after your parents. So really just think about this, because if this is something that you've either gone through and currently you haven't got a job and you've been made redundant, or you're on the verge of redundancy, just think about talking to someone. If you feel that you want to reach out and talk to me and talk about this situation and get some support, I'm always here to help you as a careers counsellor. But it's really important that you really take steps to move forward with this. And I really hope this video helps you. And please share it with anyone if you think it will help them and you know that they're going through this right now. Thanks for watching.